Oh, yeah, even better.
I went to be excited and I hurt my hand.
For the audio listeners, Dee's just punched his microphone at the excitement of the Radio Times sponsoring this podcast. They're not. There's no contractual obligations or anything there. Thanks, bye. Hello there, friends, and welcome to another episode of Football Manager Therapy. I'm your host, Jebbaroo, and joining me today is... No, it's just you, D. You, D?
It's just me.
Yeah.
It's just me, buddy.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good, thank you. We'll obviously get into a bunch of things that we've been up to over the last couple of days, but in general, I'm doing good. It's half term in teaching world, so I'm free for a week. I've got Sasmas coming over from Denmark to hang out for a couple of days. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to a week off. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Nothing really major's happened this week as far as I'm aware. Nothing came out. No. This is kind of... I can understand why the other guys aren't here. Like, nothing's really... Oh, wait. Advanced access started, didn't it, on Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah, but other than that, I'm okay. I'm excited that Sass is coming over. I mean, he's not got much to do at the minute. He's probably chomping at the bit to let him skin the game, but... I mean, some people are probably also chomping at the bit to let him skin the game, but we'll see where we go with it. But
we're all praying that it becomes available sooner rather than later. But yeah, things to chat about.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So of course, Advanced Access came out this week. We had to re-record the episode because we found out new information on Monday, and then on Tuesday we re-recorded again just because we were memeing because we didn't get any alpha access. We're not bitter. Yeah. It's fine. No. It was all jokes. There was nothing malicious or horrible.
No, we're not.
Just
not there at
jokes. And to be fair, I was too busy for alpha access anyway. So,
Yeah, also the same. So yeah.
It's so the Advanced Access came out, and pretty much everybody in the known universe jumped on it immediately, and I waited. I just kind of I haven't got time to open this. I'm just going to consume it through other people, and there's quite a lot of people jumped on immediately streaming. I mean, some of the numbers on Thursday and Friday night were just insane.
Wild.
Like, Zealand was hitting 7K. Even like Zims and second year of the card, they were doing 2,000. It was just wild. Like, even our podcast numbers were quite nice. And while I'm here, I'm going to say this to you now. If you're watching us on YouTube or listening, make sure you do a like and do a little subscribe, because we'd like some numbers as well. We always like those type of things.
Yeah.
We're after the subscription. We want to get to that magic 500 number on YouTube, so if you can pop across to there, that'd be really appreciated. Anyway, enough of me shilling, but what have you enjoyed this week so far on the content side of things before we get into the game?
Obviously, like you say, there's been a lot of people that went live pretty much as it launched. I mean, one thing I did enjoy was the amount of people that went live at about 4:45, 4:45, and then they said, game's coming out in 3 hours.
Shout
so
out
everyone was
Radio
like,
Times.
Oh, great. Yeah. Shout out Radio Times. So everyone was like, oh, great, well, I'll see you in 2 hours. So the amount of people that just killed streams or like just found a way to do something for 2 hours as like a big preamble before the game came out. And then obviously... It was 8 o'clock, wasn't it, on Thursday? As soon as it went live, it was like quarter past. Yeah. Everybody just refreshing, and then when it came out, I was on a Discord call actually with David Nyholm and a few other folk. I think we were all watching some European games, and came out, and obviously pretty much all of us downloaded it straight away. I'd got Gav open. Was Ticker live at launch? I think he might have been live a little bit later. Like you say, there were so many people that had gone live and they'd got amazing numbers. And it was just nice kind of seeing people experience. I think Callum went live a little bit later and booted up his Eastbourne save to do for the beta. And it was just fun seeing... It was fun. I say it's fun. It's interesting seeing everybody's different reactions to the game across the past few days. That's been the main thing. What have been things that have stood out for you, though, in terms of streams and things like that?
On like you said, on the content side of things, that waiting time where I think Ben was the one who probably fell for it the hardest. He was there ready to go and he was like, I don't know what to do now. might do a Sporkle. And then he rang Lelujo, and that I think I put this in the chat with you guys. He rang Lelujo, and Lelujo broke his mic live on stream. So I think he's got the same mic as us. He basically disconnected it, and it just completely fallen apart, and he didn't know what to do, and he was just in a panic for half an hour. And Ben, being as lovely as he is, put in Lelujo full screen for the entirety of this happening while his mic was breaking.
Yeah.
So it worked lovely. But yeah, a lot of the content I watched a bit of Monique the other day. Watched Tony, obviously. I watched him go through the Sunderland save. Tony's approached the alpha access, the early access, a bit different to everyone else, where he's just like, I'm just playing the game. I'm not telling you how to do things or anything that way. Go find out yourself. And yeah, I think it's been interesting. I mean, there's been a lot of negative feedback, which is always going to happen because it's change, it's different. Some of it's slightly justified, but we've still got 2 weeks before we get into the main game. People always say wait until about January before the game's actually working properly and you're in its smooth element. So I think that's where we are with it. But the content has just been flying out. I do always laugh because you always get your, I simulated the Premier League. I simulated the Premier League for 100 years. Here are your 10 wonder kids. Like Murph wasn't even working, and he put out how to put skin packs and face packs out. Like, he wasn't even online. He'd put them out, scheduled them. If we looked up on how to do it and get them all in there. So it's quite nice to see like everyone's just piling the content through on YouTube. You've got plenty of videos to watch. I did actually like Lelujo yesterday doing a 0 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10 review for the whole thing, just to compare which one does best. No surprise, the 0 out of 10 one is currently double the numbers. But yeah, no, it's been a good week for content. It's a good week. Like, the passion is there, definitely, for the game. But I think, it's going on to the other bits, and I think we agreed beforehand. I think we'll talk about best 3 things that we've seen. I think we'll take it in turns, one each, and then the worst 3 things that we've seen, or the things about the game that we dislike, or that can be improved. Let's say it can be improved.
Yeah, improved, I think, is the polite way of putting it. Yeah.
So I'll start with you. Your favourite element of the game so far?
I'm going to be so boring with this, but it's something that I've already said that I was excited about. We've got it, and now we have it. It's tactics. I am obsessed with the in and out of possession tactics that we can play with. Again, we've got the game open, obviously, to sort of look at it as we're going. And there's just something in my head looking at the in and out of possession, and what, like, even during games, I'm going, okay, what do I need to tinker with? What part of this do I need to play with to make it basically just be perfect? And obviously, there's no one answer for all of these things, but I'm just really enjoying that you can get that in detail with tactics all of a sudden. Because I would say pre FM23, I didn't care really about tactics. I'd set something and just sort of let it happen. Started streaming, and now it's like that's the thing in the game I'm kind of obsessed with, trying to make a tactic work. And I think I got to a point last year, or last FM I should say, where I got it working all right, and this year I feel like it's going to be a bit of a learning curve, but it's one I'm excited for. And I do just, like I said, I mean, when you go on to like the team instructions, it's all identical to last FM, right? Like nothing has changed in terms of the things. It just looks different. Like all of those instructions, we had things like time wasting, tempo. It's all the exact same thing. It's just got a nice little picture now and a pop-up. So that's not crazy complicated to get your head around. And then seeing, like, when you go onto the pitch and you say, like, you're in possession and you're looking at your final third, when you click on the sections of the pitch and you can see how your team is shaped, I don't know, just for the geek in me absolutely adores that. That's going to be number one for me, just playing with tactics. I'm guessing you've obviously had a bit of a tinker in tactics.
Yeah, I've had a tinker. So I've got a Liverpool save that started offline that we'll come on to in the later section. But I've tinkered around, and it's trying to get that formation. Milos Kerkez doesn't make into my starting 11 currently. Should make into the current Liverpool starting 11 in my eyes. But yeah, it's tinkering around and making sure, like, it's getting that, like you said, that visualization, especially on the combined. Like, that's just so nice to see that You've completely messed it up. Like, it's quite nice where all your midfielders are piled on top of each other because of the way you set your tactics.
It's great.
And
I had it in one of them where all
that
three centre backs were like on each other's shoulders, and I'm like, that doesn't work.
Yeah,
that's not going to work as a tactic.
Unless, I don't know why nobody's ever done that, like Legion of Doom. Legion of Doom Doomsday device at a corner. Just get somebody on the shoulders.
Just shoulders. Yeah. All of them wear one big trench coat and just go for corners. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, if you can program that into the game, that'd be fantastic. You've won everything. But, no, I think mine's a really simple one when I've come in as well. It's all the licenses. It's seeing, like...
Yeah.
I don't have to download a load of badge packs. Granted, Serie A, you will have to. But for everything in England, everything is there. There might be some faces missing, but I think they're just going to be added later. But like even down to the National League North and South, all the licenses are in there. So that's like a massive get. Like everyone went on about the Premier League licenses coming in, but I think it's all the other little extra licenses that are in, and it's just there and nice. I do actually like the portal as well. I'm just following up. So the portal is a very good starting place. It just needs that little bit of customization. You can customize it to the things you want to see on there, but that actually almost takes inspiration from the skinning places where they have all those little panels on there. That's where I think they've kind of noticed that, and it comes in with the Unity engine. But yeah, I think the portal is a really good starting base. But I think definitely having the licenses there has been quite exciting. It's new to see.
It's nice on match day, like first game of match day, you load it up, and obviously you get the formation pop up, and all of your players have a face.
Yeah, exactly.
For the first time, like the amount of like. I know, like, probably typically betas, we usually just pick the team we support. The amount of times I've opened up, like, baggies and looked at it and been like, I've got one person with a face, if I'm lucky, and it's probably Jason Malumbi, and that's it. And the rest of it, you're like, great, well, everybody else is just a silhouette. Now it's like, oh my God, my whole team has a face. It's great. I love that is part of the game as well.
Yeah, as you go further down the divisions, there are faces missing. I'm currently in the National League. I went to look at Morecambe. Morecambe's probably a terrible example because I signed all 24 players in the last 2 weeks.
Sure.
But yeah, most of the teams are missing players' faces currently, but it might be something that comes in a little bit later as stuff gets released. Second thing that you've liked so far?
One thing that I'm trying to encourage a lot of people to use more, because I've found it helpful, and a few people in my chat have brought it up and said this is like the best thing that they've come across, and I totally agree with them, is the search bar. And I know that obviously typically pretty much every other FM we've just had that one long bar along the top. You type in a player's name or a team name, great, cool, now we've got a player, and that's all you get is. But the amount of people that would come into chat and they'd be like, oh, okay, I'm trying to find this tab, I don't know where it is. And the first thing I go is, have you tried typing it into the search bar? Because that's, honestly, it's such a good feature. If you go into that and you don't know how to find, I don't know, you don't know how to access your tactics page. Let's just say tactics is a thing. I can't remember where it is. You just search tactics, and then a little box pops up saying, there you go, that's tactics. Just go there. Which, I think is a huge addition. Bookmarks as well, I think, sort of maybe ties into that for me, to sort of just finding things in the game. Because I know we're probably going to get onto how complicated the UI can be a little bit for a few people, but that's taken a little bit of the difficulty out for me. Because there's been loads of times where I've just been like, where's my youth setup? I don't know how to find things. I'm just going to search it, and it just appears, and you're like, oh, great, cool, got it. Haven't got to think now. Haven't got to, like, click on, I don't know where either is youth setup, squad, under 21s, that takes you to the team, so that's not it. Youth setup, all right, there you go, it's a bit further down, and then you get a little pop-up, and there's some stuff in there, but you can just search it, and it just finds it for you. That's a big one for me. Have you used that much?
Yes, but not in a good way.
Okay. Okay.
There are I think because it shows more when you are looking for those extra bits in there, and I think those pull down menus are a good feature, but there's just too much in them. You almost need, like, I would prefer if I clicked on recruitment, you had just a load of boxes that you could click on. You can go into those next things. So I used it. The one way that I used it yesterday is I started my Liverpool save for the second time. Started in for the second time. We'll come into it later. But yeah, I wanted to go on holiday because I didn't want to do the pre-season. I just wanted to get pre-season out of the way, come back in August. Could I find where you go on holiday in this new setup? Nope, not a chance. So I typed in holiday and it brought up my calendar, and you go on holiday there. Or, top tip, right click on your face, you can go on holiday from there as well.
There you go.
But yeah, it's yeah. But one thing that I have enjoyed, really pains me, and it's only something that I started looking at last night. The FMpedia is actually quite a good guide. It's a really good guide to everything. It's got everything you need in there if you're just unsure about just general bits of FM and football. It will come up, tell you about tactical styles. It will tell you about all the different little things in a little bit more detail than the pop-ups you get when you hover over. It's just the worst name for anything ever.
Yeah, it's not a great name. No. I get it. I get where they're going with it.
It's like, there's a glossary in the FMpedia. Why can't it just be the FM glossary, you know? Like, or just call it a manual, an instruction manual, or a visual manual, or something like that. But actually going into it and like clicking around on it, it actually functions quite nicely. But it's just, like I said, it's just that name. Like, who signed it off? Like, especially going into the FMpedia and looking up how to do youth setups, you know. Now people start checking your hard drive, you know.
It's not a good look game.
No, I don't think I've met anyone who's not said the FMpedia and then just recoiled in some shape or form or winced as I've said it. So yeah. But as an actual guide, as things to click through and find and just read up a little bit, I think even just in those ruts and stuff like that. So, like we were talking about FM24 last week. Like FM24 was the game where I had 16 games lost in a row. So maybe I could have had the FM glossary, as I now call it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
The FM Radio Times. Who don't like anything but the FMpedia would do. But having those you can read up on how do you get out of a rut, or just little things that you might be able to adjust in your tactics, how you do your training. Yeah, I think I shout out to the FMP. You need to finish saying it as well. Like so.
Yeah, FMpedia. Yeah. It's nuts. It's a crazy name.
Number 3 for you on the good stuff.
This is one I definitely need to play with a little bit more, but it is the transfer room. I think maybe because of the nature of the save we're obviously doing, there's not a lot of money to spend within the women's game, so it's hard to obviously sign a lot of people. But having like the brief look around I've had in it, it's really interesting because obviously in the transfer rooms ins and outs, outwise is obviously teams basically put an advert in there saying, and apparently this is true to real life, apparently this is the sort of thing that clubs would have. So I'm looking there now. Arsenal are looking for a right winger. So you click on that and it says, oh, Arsenal have shown an interest in Kiko Saika. Do you want to offer them to her? Because that's somebody that they're interested in and ticks that box. And it's like, oh, cool. Okay, I can offload players this way. This is it's almost like a better way of dealing with sales than using an intermediary. I think it's going to be a better way to sort of, if you're having a bit of a problem trying to shift a player, like again, just clicking on like PSG, they're looking for a centre-back. I have 3 centre-backs that they're saying, you could get rid of one of these and you could get some money for them. And one of them I am trying to sell. So it's like, great. Before the transfer window's used, I can use that to move a player on. I think that's really, really interesting. Same as the transfer room in as well. I think as far as from what I can tell from looking at it is you can create your own requirement. So you can say, yeah, I need a striker because you're just not scoring enough goals. I need a striker. And what teams will do is they will offer you their strikers and then you can hopefully sign someone that's better than what you've got. And I think it's just a really interesting way of doing transfers. And I really like that that's an addition this year. It feels better than intermediaries, even though intermediaries was a quick way of getting cash if you needed to offload someone. Have you looked into the transfer room at all?
No. Not at all.
Okay.
Really. I
Okay.
think the only sign I've made is a free signing. I haven't signed anyone for Liverpool. Tried to sign Gahey, and I think I was watching Loki Doki actually earlier. He signed Gahey, but Gahey, who Liverpool were going to sign on transfer deadline day for 35 million. Yeah, he's won 90 million, and he's even got wants to leave at the end of the season. So you know he's got 1 year left, and it's not adjusted for that. It's something I might pitch to you and Rich as well. Is that I want to almost do that Lelujo, Omega Luke, Tom FM style of video where they do, let's look at FM 10 years into the future or 100 years, like let's look at so many years into the future, but actually look at it and then almost look at each team and go, would this actually happen? Like,
sure, yeah. How realistic is this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it's pushing that, like how much realism actually think about it, like where is the AI thinking on these type of things. My next one is the manager creator.
Yeah.
Not anything. Oh, manager creator is going to be in my negatives basically as well.
Okay.
But the style, that new how you're put together essentially. What is your philosophies?
Yeah,
Having
like
those
your manager's background, those sorts of things.
Exactly. Yeah, having that, your manager's background. What type of manager are you? As a tactician? Are you entertainer? That's a really nice way of putting it together, rather than trying to do the scroll things and going, I want to get so many points in this and so many points in that. And also, I'm quite favourable on the staff as well, rather than being them out of 20. You just see that they're competent or good or unsuited, which I am to defending apparently. But I'm reasonable on fitness. But
there you go.
I don't think I gave myself like anything special. Like I've literally put myself as an amateur commentator because I commentated on the FM playoffs once. So yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, at least like Stakey could probably put part-time commentator as like his experience before. But no, I like the way that's put together. I'm going to go straight into my negative. Like, cause we're through the three, so we'll start with the three negatives. The manager creator. What are they doing? Like, how we ended up with these faces again? Because they're not much improvement on where they are with the last new gens. They are very, very E-fitty. But then the selections of stuff that you had, they finally put a real beard in there. But there's more. So I was saying this on, and we're kind of filling stereotypes a little here. Wait up, I'll put my glasses on just to fill it. Most people who play FM have a beard and wear glasses.
Yes, we do.
Yes. You have 10 different glasses sets of glasses you can pick from, and then facial hair you have 5. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Hair as well, hairstyles. You're okay.
Yeah, mine was a doddle. It took me seconds to make mine.
Also, but you said that, but why is there not a hat option? Why can't you wear a beanie?
Yeah.
Why can't you wear a cap? Or why can't you go full Paul Tisdale and wear like a full Peaky Blinders hat? You know, those type of extra things that you can add in. The suit options, they don't fit you. Like, there's a 3-piece suit that they wear, and none of them fit anybody. And then they've decided to go, right, what type of suit does everyone wear? Oh, everyone wears a weird plaid suit of some shape or form.
Yeah.
And and I like the hairstyles. So I've got long hair and a ponytail. I can only have long hair and a ponytail, and if the whole back of my head was shaved and the sides of my head was shaved, it doesn't make any sense. I think it's more frustrating because when you play the women's game, why can't we just have all the hairstyles together?
Yeah.
It's nice and simple. Like, hair is quite metrosexual. Are we going to go with that? Yeah. It's quite wide ranging across everybody. Like, what hairstyles go across everybody. Just put them all together. There's a really simple fix for that. But the faces just, like I think I was pointing out in mine, if you've got 5 selections of types of eyes that you have, and if you pick one set of eyes, you get a massive forehead. Like, it's...
I was enjoying you doing that, to be fair, because it looked like your player was like raising his eyebrows.
Your eyes go slightly close together, but your forehead gains 4
forehead
inches.
Grows,
Yeah, exactly. But it's. I think that's just for like because people love that. Like, customization on a game is great. All right, you're never going to go into WWE 2K games. You're not going to go to the level of EAFC, but come on. Like, and I'll push this also, and this might be something that comes once the full game is released. All the players looking exactly the same. Like, every single one of them, apart from a change of colour in skin and one of the 5 hairstyles that are available to them. That's it. Like, I think all of the Liverpool squad have a mohawk or just like the shaved back and sides hard. And that's it.
Yeah. Short back and sides, nice and simple, all going for the Stevie G.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't believe I saw it in making my manager. Obviously, on previous FMs, we were able to upload a picture of ourselves, and then the face kind of maps to that. And obviously, sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't.
Yes.
I did it with Steve McLaren, and it was a cursed face.
Yeah, they always are.
But yeah, they're always awful. But there wasn't that included.
No.
Yeah, there's definitely some things with with creating the manager that were a bit. Like, half of it's great, half of it is perfect. Like you say, when you get to like being like, okay, cool, well, yeah, make him a pundit. Why not? Let's make him an ex-football player who went into punditry, now is trying management. That happens.
That's
cool, fun.
Slightly confusing on my end as well, because you can only select one.
Yeah, I feel like you should be able to pick 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or a couple. Like, I've dabbled in VAR and I've done a bit of punditry, and I've also coached a youth team. Yeah,
you because typically you do, I guess, a couple of things, across that industry. But only picking one was a bit, it felt a bit strange. I think I went for pundit. I think that was the one I chose to do. But yeah, definitely the customization of your manager definitely needs improvement. And getting onto my first thing I desperately need improving on is definitely a user experience thing, and it is customization. Much easier customization of things like in your first team, your view of all the information that you see. When you click on your down arrow, because obviously in the game it's got things, you've got like selection info, general info, contract, transfer, homegrown status, cool. Always been there before. And there is an option for custom views, but there is no option on there that says create custom view. And it's the same on every single one of those things. In scouting, in player searches, it's like, that's what you get. And I have managed to make a custom view, but the only way you can do it is by right-clicking on the kind of the header where it says like player, position, etc. And then the annoying way of doing it of like, all right, insert a column. Right, I want club. I don't want club. Where is it? Contracts. Do I want his wages? Where is it? It's in general. Okay, I need to find it in there. Instead of it all just being on a big page where you just go, I want that, and that, all into a thing, done. And it's been a faff trying to just make things look, basically give it the information that I want. Because I'm sure you've probably thought it as well, and I know a lot of people have said it. We've been so lucky to have something like the SAS skin to work with over the last 2 years, or any of those skins where you have space to fill details, and you get all of the information. On 24, I think I had so many bits of information that were just things that I wanted to know, like stats for the season, your key ones, goals, assists, clean sheets, ratings, training rating, last 5 games, like are they on form, all that sort of stuff. And I'd be like, great, I've got it all laid out, everything that I want to know about players, and it all looks nice. And now this year it's like, okay, this is a pain. Where have they put it? And some things are in very strange places. Yes. Very odd. I think I found on one of them, I think it was in, I was trying to find their height. No, height's in the normal place. There was something I was trying to find, and it wasn't in a place that you'd expect it to be. It might have been like abilities and roles, and in there was where it told you, like, where, like their nationality. It was something. It wasn't that, but it was something like that. And you're kind of like, why is it there? That doesn't make sense. So yeah, the user interface of things within those search things needs to be able to be more customized, quicker, for me at least.
Scroll bars. I'm just gonna say it. Scroll bars.
Yeah.
Everything's got a scroll bar on it, or it ends up with a scroll bar. Some of them, they should have a scroll bar on them. Some of them don't even need them, but they still have a scroll bar just in case you want to see the bottom of the the little factoid that's in there.
Yeah.
The one that's frustrated me quite a lot is the meeting. When you have meetings with them, just put the continue button in one place.
Just lock it in, yeah.
Yeah, lock it in one place. There was nothing more, right? And it's great, and you might get lots and lots of feedback and lots of different things from it. But I just want to click continue and speed through that as quickly as possible when I'm bored of them. Like, and that's it. Like, if you can't skip the meeting, just quickly speed through. And following on from that, and I'm going to wrap this into... I'll wrap this bit into here, and then I'm going to have to wrap the last bit into one as well. But
sure.
yeah, the UI just in general, it's just a clicking between stuff, and it's like, I'm just having a look through. You can get to the feedback section in 6 different places on the menus. And it just takes you to the same 5 different feedbacks that you can get to. Just put it in one place.
Yeah.
Like, or put like all your squad feedback in one place, and then put all your board feedback in another. And it's nice, like, and it feels weird. I was even just looking at the feedback on there, and it's like you've got board feedback, and you've got supporter feedback. Why is there never team feedback as well? Like, if your team is quite happy about your tactics, or they're happy about the signing that you made, and that's something that maybe comes in future games, but I never understand on that. But the UI just in general, I mean, there was the brilliant video that was done on Reddit that I think FM Inside put out, which was redoing the UI, but they just basically kept the same voiceover on there and just showed all the various issues with the UI, the scrolling before down, or clicking on something you end up somewhere else. I think actually since that video's come out, the hotfix has fixed quite a lot of it. It's still not fixed a bit if you select Africa in your thing and it moves the whole menu across for no reason. But yeah, that's frustrating, the UI that way. The UI on a team selection is really difficult. Like, when you are picking your team for the first time, it's really difficult, particularly if you're managing a team that you don't know, and you're just like, well, who's my best player? How can I find out who my best player is? I'll look at reports. Oh, you don't actually tell me anything in this. So now I've got to try and figure out where we're going to put people. And it's just a bit too finicky. Like, it just needs to be simpler. Like, I just want to drag a player into a position, or have a list of all the players that you recommend. Like, there's no... I think you haven't looked at the squad planner yet. I'm going to click on it right now while we're on thingy.
I mean, dare I do it as
well?
Is
it? Is it in recruitment?
Well, why don't you use the search bar? Why don't you use the search bar to find anybody?
But where would you fit? Yeah, the squad planner.
Recruitment squad planner.
Yeah.
It kind of makes
sense. Should the squad planner be in squad? Yes, it should be.
You just got the word squad in it.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes a bit more sense there.
I mean, if you're putting things in both places, put that in there as well. So yeah, it's... Yeah, there's bits like squad numbers doesn't need to be its own menu.
Really doesn't. Yeah, really doesn't.
Squad numbers you apply to players when they come in, you apply to players once at the start of the season. You do not go in and go, oh, what squad numbers are all my players? Let's go have a look. No.
Yeah, you only look at that when you're numbering them.
And it's, and I think it's thinking those things through a little bit more. Like, and there was a few issues with the UI, particularly, and I've reported them as bugs anyway, but I think when I did my training initiation, it just kept on telling me all these things on one side of the box where it's got the speech bubbles. But in the main box, there was just nothing. There was no indication of what they were talking about. It was just like, cool. Yeah, if you do this, I was like, do what? Do what where? Like, how? I think mentoring groups is where I found it, and then I found another bug. And then that's hilarious. I did it on stream. I probably do need to clip it. But I clicked the bug report and got to the phone. And instead of making a new bug report, which, to be honest, before you go make your bug report, search for that bug, and you might find what somebody's already reported. So they're not getting overwhelmed with 500 people doing it. And there's a little up button that you click. Yeah, it didn't work for me for like the first 3 times I clicked it. I was like, how's the problems with this UI as well?
I need to report that as a bug. The upvotes don't work. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's just... The bookmarks, I think, are going to be a great idea. And it's just if we can move towards that, if people are going to skin it and make it easier for people just to put what you want in places.
Yeah.
The other one, and I'm still on UI side of things as well. I'm just wrapping it all into one.
Keep cooking.
Because I've got another big one to come. And this is something Matt's Nerdphonic has raised as well.
Yeah.
what happened to you coming back to your inbox every single time? Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
their inbox is like my Gmail inbox. It's full of like 7,000 messages that I don't care about, but I still want them read. Or like if something's happening, like I signed Jess Carter for Brighton.
Yeah.
Brighton Womens. I could have lost out on her really easily because Arsenal went for her, Everton went for her, Man United went for her, but I didn't know any of this until I went into the portal again, brought my inbox up, and it was, you've got 67 new messages that you've not read in the past like 3 weeks. What have you been doing? And it's all the bits like where they're giving you feedback after matches, giving you feedback before your next match. All those things are just kind of skipped out the way. They're just kind of forgot about. And that inbox should be the thing that you always come back to.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't want to call it your inbox and call it your desk or something like that, or just
sure.
I know they want to move away from like
email.
They almost call it WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yeah, they went for that was what the plan was for 25, wasn't it? Making more of a Whats'app feel.
Yeah, but I still read all my WhatsApps.
Yeah. You get a notification come through, you check it.
I'll archive things where I don't need them anymore. I still want to see them. Like, yeah, show me them more, especially the task side of things. If I've got stuff to do, rather than just going, you're not doing anything about this. Well, deal with it.
Never mind. Yeah, it should definitely have a thing in there where, especially when you get those emails through, especially with transfer things, there should be some level of importance to them because, like, by the way, Arsenal have put in a bid for that player you're after, so you should be thinking, do I have to offer a new contract to them? Do I need to change my bid? Yeah, there should be something that flags for that.
I went to Jess Carter and went, if you win the World Player of the Year, I'll give you 500 grand. Cheers. Still works.
Okay. Yeah, you can still scam your way through all of them, can't you? It's great.
Well, next for you, because I think I've done a lot about the UI. I imagine you
that's fair. Well, we'll get back to you, UI. I'm gonna preface this one with saying that overall, I love the match engine. I think visually everything is great. Like you say, there's little things like everybody's got the same hairstyle, whatever. We've had fun things where players have run on in tracksuits. Most of the things that I've seen as issues with the match engine, I've actually just kind of found quite funny and just sort of laughed off. Mainly because I think like, well, someone's going to report it and we're going to get it fixed. Not an issue. But there is an element in the match engine for me. A few people have said this, and I'm starting to agree with them more. You do feel a bit more like a passenger as opposed to a manager. And I know that they did nothing, but taking the shouts away, I feel like the shouts were the last thing we had that made it feel like we made the change happen. So on stream, last game that I did, I played against Chelsea. We'd lost to them in the league 3-2 just before the Christmas break, and then we had them in the League Cup. So I was thinking, great, well, Chelsea are broken. We're going to absolutely get dominated. And it was Chelsea scored the first goal. They scored in the first 2 minutes. And I was like, this is where I almost want to be like, right, I want to do that demand, more shout, but it's not there. Then we equalise. Okay, cool. Things are working. I don't need to play with my tactic. Everything's fine. We're looking good with the stats. Everything should work all right. Then Chelsea score. And as you're getting into those last few moments of the game, that is where, especially on older FMs, that is where I would be hitting demand more, encourage, demand more to be like, come on, we can make this happen. And there is, again, whether it worked or not, the placebo effect, nonetheless, the fact that it made you feel like you were getting involved in the action instead of me just sitting there shouting at the screen. And I get it. Like, I totally get it. I know, like, I've spoken to Ticker a bit about this, and Ticker's very much the shout. Well, you can just shout at the screen in real life. That's fine. It's the same level of, like, impede. That's going to change the game as much as it would have done if you clicked the button anyway. And it's like, you're so right. But I do miss having that little button. There's also, like, one thing that my biggest gripe with the match engine, or whatever goes on in the match, I've said this so many times and it bugs me every time. Disallowed goals, the pop-up for disallowed goal happens instantly. I want a beat, a second, half a second where goal, pause, disallowed. So there's that, we've scored. damn, it's not allowed. Just so there's that little bit of, because that's what would happen in a game, right? If you're at a football match and your team score and everyone goes, hey, we've scored. And then one of them goes, oh, Lino's got his flag up. And you're like, oh, great. Well, it doesn't count anymore. That little bit of suspension I think would help, I don't know, bring a little bit of life into it. But you do feel you're sort of just watching. It feels a little bit like, I don't know, maybe FM of like yesteryear, like a bit further ago, like thinking like early 10s when you were playing it. And that, I can't remember, I'm pretty confident shouts weren't around then, but you definitely felt like you set the tactic up and you let it happen and you watch your dots run around, they do the thing, and then you go, well done, or that was bad. And it feels a little bit like that. I do feel like and again, I'm saying this, I think I'm right in saying this. All of our little criticisms and anything we want them to improve, we know that we're early. We know that this is like the start of a new dawn with FM. It's FM26. It's the first of a new thing instead of year 21 of a long project. But little things like that really break the immersion for me, and that can definitely detract from my enjoyment during a game. But I will say it again, I think the match engine looks fantastic. I think it looks great. The way all the players move around and everything works for me.
Yeah, I think the match engine was not the match engine, the match day experience. You just feel like a passenger. Yeah. And I think it might even just be the case because the buttons aren't there to click anymore. Like,
I think that's it, really.
And things like that you want to change something very quickly. The thing is in the top left corner out the way where the score used to be. And managers don't sit there. Obviously, they're watching the game, but they have tablets and things like that they can see. And you get that tablet in the middle, but it actually feels like it's just there as a display of information. There's no... You have to click through various other bits to find what you want to find. It resets itself as well, I've noticed. It doesn't actually hold on those type of things as well, so you've got to click through them every single time in between. The shouts missing is there. And I think this is where I go on to it, is the team talks, and they've just done nothing. Absolutely nothing with press conferences apart from actually make them worse. And I didn't think that was possible, but they have. Like, if anyone thinks of the press conferences have changed, they haven't changed. Well, they have, but they've gone backwards and they've gone vertical, and that's basically it. Like I was like the immersion of it as well. And it's just a little thing. I think like they've added all these things in. I raised it on stream. My opening press conference for Brighton, they had 2 journalists present. There was 11 cameras in there, including 4 broadcast cameras that you'd see in a big studio. And I was like, adjust it. Like, just have like, how many journalists are there? Oh, there's 4. Right, we'll put in 3 cameras and a few extra microphones. Just adjust that picture. If this equals this, and it's just a picture, and you just can't. But then you get into it, and you can't get. There's no emotion. Like, you can be positive or negative, and that's it. But you can't be positive. Like, you can't. And okay, it might not affect things, but there's nothing there at all. And then when you give your team talk, like I raise the team talk, is like, get out there and have some fun. Go on, guys, do it for the fans. We should be winning this game. Rest easy, because there's no emotion connected in any shape or form to your team talks, and how that affected it or how it didn't. I'm still unsure, because I think it did affect it. Like, for example, Demiral or someone like that is always aggressive. So it's like, how do you work on calming this person down? You go and you give them an individual team talk, and you be positive, and they calm down a little bit, or like, you need to calm down. You don't know if you have that effect anymore, because you're just saying it in a monotone. There's no. They've taken the emotion out of the game, and like I said, the press conferences, like, they're dead already. Like, everybody will not pay any attention to the press conferences now. They've not done anything fancy with them. I've not seen a cup draw yet. Actually, somebody told me
they aren't a thing. They have removed cup draws,
and that was just a little bit of fun.
It's a highlight of a lot of the streams because you can be like, all right, who's doing the cup draw? I mean, what was it on our network save? We all picked a random X player and nicknamed them Rod Stewart. So we'd like, who's going to get Rod Stewart this time? But that's, it's gone. So it is a bit like, all right, a little bit of immersion gone, a little bit of silliness that's gone.
Yeah, and I think there's some of it, like, it's the same with like talking to players. There's no emotion on them. Like, it's how you get that thing. And I think that's where I said about having the squad feedback or the team feedback if something's going wrong. Like I had, when you go in at Brighton, I don't know if this is just because the introduction is badly worded, but you told me my team cohesion was abysmal, but I couldn't find out why or where.
Yeah, I had the
It's just
same.
like, your team cohesion's abysmal. Why? Everyone's really happy. Like,
Yeah.
I've got a team
Everything's
leader.
green.
Everyone really, yeah. So you
Green's
just look
good.
at it. Yeah, and we know there's a bug with players who are out on loan who are devastated to be out on loan regardless of where they're at loan. Like, but then actually no, that I don't know if that's in your squad because, for example, Agimang's on loan at Brighton.
Yeah.
She's not devastated.
No,
But is she devastated in home squad? Is she a Chelsea player? Sorry,
I want to say Arsenal.
Arsenal. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I'd be curious to check that.
Yeah, she's devastated on the other side, but when she's down in Brighton, she's got the happy face on.
It's having a great time in Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, I think, just taking that emotion out of the game just takes away the little bit more of immersion on it. And like I said, I think it's just the one thing that people have always said. I think tired things in the game were graphics, which, I'm going to say it again, I said it earlier, I think Callum said, I'm glad I'm not on the pod tonight because I'll be arguing with you. The graphics aren't that amazing. And I think it's...
I think it's a step up is what it...
it's a step up. It's a step up.
Yeah.
But take the Premier League graphic that they've shown off. That's the same every single game. Every single game they do. Hooray! Sweeping shot. Two men just shake hands. People come out. Hooray! And there's nothing different. Put 4 or and this might happen when the full game comes out. Let's put that in there. Put 4 or 5 variables in there. Just various it up. Like the bit where they cut every single time you get a corner. Zoom in on the corner taker and it goes back out again. Just those little variables. Just
there was
add a couple of extra animations in.
Yeah, I haven't hated because have you been watching it on broadcast?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's obviously the one that makes it look like it's obviously on the telly, and some of those little zoom ins are nice, right? I don't mind it goes to the corner taker because that's what would happen in a game. The camera would go to the corner taker and then it would go to the wider shot to see the corner being taken in. Fine, I get that. Gav raised a really good point in my stream. When it's on a free kick, when they've got that shot behind someone taking a free kick and you can see free kick taker, wall, goal, everything all looking good, and you're looking at it and you're going, okay, you can visualize where they should be aiming, and then it cuts back to wide view. And I think it should just linger a little bit longer. Let her take the shot. Then it goes in. It's almost like it needs direction. It needs a director to come in right, how to make this sell. Let the shot happen as it hits the net, then cut back to big screen. Then all of a sudden it's oh, what an experience that was to watch. Instead it's she's about to take it. She's getting ready. And zoom to the furthest way we can get so they are tiny. It would be halfway through a movie where there's a close-up intense shot between two people and then you cut to a mountain a mile away and they're just these 2 dots. So you'd be like, why have you done this? Stay where the conversation is. Yeah, there are things in it that are annoying, little things that just like we've said, they just spoil the experience a little bit when it gets samey.
And then the speed.
Oh, yeah, that's been one.
10 times, 20 times, 30 times. Some people might like 15. Some people might like 1.5, not 1.25 or 1.75.
Yeah, it's no between.
What's that increment? What's that increment?
Right, just a little bit faster.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, whoever, I hope somebody is watching on 10 times speed on night match replays as well. I've seen people do it on previous games, but I think 10 times is the fastest I've ever seen it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. Then, I think the camera angles, that's another really good point. I click through all the camera. You can't just zoom in a little bit further or go and see a goal a little bit more close up. Can we add in those things? The animations are there. They made that type of thing. The optimization of the game is awful at the moment as well. Okay, you're in early access.
Yeah.
It's really bad. I had my stats on today and it was just it was getting to like 60% on my GPU and like 60% on my CPU,
Wow.
and I'm only hitting 60 FPS, which is locked to that, which is a bit weird. But yeah,
Yeah.
and then
I've
the
noticed on my
window mode
OBS
does work. It's fine, but if you've got
Yeah.
a bigger screen, it doesn't work very well. I mean, I've got a 3K screen. It's basically just sits in the middle of it. It doesn't expand to the whole side of it. I haven't got that 64-inch monster screen that certain other podcast host has got. But yes, I don't know how it's going to look on there. So I think, the optimization obviously needs to be looked at, because it's going to burn through PCs quite quickly if it's running at 60%, running quite hot. But yes, the game is here. It's back.
Yeah.
I think the excitement has dwindled down a little bit. The Reddit, Facebook forums, places like that, a lot of Discords and stuff like that. The amount of people who just said they're refunded already. I don't know how many people actually have, to be honest, because it's quite hard to get a refund out of Fanatical.
True.
Yeah, I've seen a fair few people say they're refunded, and I think there is the big conspiracy theory that this is all made for console.
That's a funny one, because there is a smidge, I think the more you hear it, the more you I don't know, maybe this says a lot more about me than anything. There's a bit of you that kind of goes, maybe there is sort of, it's at least sort of trying to be optimized for both, as opposed to having one version for PC, one version for console, which is obviously what we've had, especially last year with 24. But I don't think it's that console-y. I wouldn't personally want to play a game like this on console. This isn't what a console for me would be. And I know obviously there are a lot of people that are playing it on console because that's what they have available. Totally understandable. But playing it on a PC, it feels just so much more right doing that, because of the fact that you've got so many things to sort of click through. I feel like navigating this sort of game with a controller would be long. I remember, I think it was on FM24 once, my controller was plugged in. I thought, I'm going to try playing this with my controller for like 5 minutes to see how annoying it is. And it was brutal. Absolutely brutal.
It is. I've currently got my controller out. I'm currently, because we were looking at Michelle Agubang. So I've got her profile up, and basically you move left to right on the controller and you go up every single attribute, every single number associated to the attribute. Yeah.
That's I worked out how to do this on like using the keyboard. I think if you hold like control or something like that, I had the option to do that, and I thought, why is that a feature? And it's like, oh, it's for console, and this is the only binding they have.
Yes. But I think there is that conspiracy. Like, I don't know what it looks like on console yet. I think it's not out for a couple of weeks anyway on there.
Not yet, no.
But it'd be interesting to see where the difference is. But it's overall, I think everybody's happy we're back. I think that's where we are at the minute, and I think everyone's a bit nervous. I think that's the nicest way to say it. Everyone's a bit nervous at the moment. There are some brilliant things that are here, and I think everyone's just, I'd say, nervous and then probably slightly underwhelmed. Maybe. I'm happy that Steam, in particular, there isn't any reviews on there yet, because people are just immediately, like everywhere else, it's just, refunding, this isn't working, it's made for a console. No, it's not. It's not. It's a lot better than FM25 was ever going to be. If it's like this now, what was FM25 going to be? And we are in a brand new game or a brand new engine that has the same press conferences, minus emotion. But yes, I mean, you're that annoyed by press conferences, Mr. Press Conference himself.
I know. I've bidding them off for this. So unless something happens in them, here I'm making my pledge now. I will do the interview where I join a club. I don't mind doing the interviews when I sign players, but the weekly ones I'm delegating. I'm out of it, because and don't get me wrong, I'm not. I'm not upset or angry or disappointed or whatever that they are more of the same, but the fact that they're more of the same just kind of makes me go, all right, well, fine, I don't need to deal with that part of the game anymore. But I will also add, on top of any because I agree with all the negatives you've brought up, and there's a lot of things that are frustrating me with the game, and little bits of, like we say, ease of life stuff, user experience, and all those sort of things. But I am having fun, and I don't I've obviously I'm a little bit further into the season with Brighton than you are, but you've obviously done stuff with Liverpool offline, so we've probably played about the same amount, sort of overall-ish, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not unhappy playing the game. Like I know that there's been a few people that have played it and haven't had a good experience. They've really hated things. I've taken a little bit of time to try and understand where things are, and I know that a lot of the issues that we currently have will get fixed. All those things that we report as bugs will get dealt with. Might not be straight away, but they will get dealt with. And I'm trying to focus way more on those things that we spoke about before, with all the things that we enjoy about the game at the moment. I'm trying to use those as motivation to carry on, as opposed to the things that I really don't like as reason to not play it.
Yeah.
Because I can get over like having to customize a view. It takes me, fine, it'll take me like 2 or 3 more minutes, but all right, well, let's have a look through these menus. Let's see what we've got here.
Yeah, and it's the so I said to come back to my Liverpool save. So the first time I played it was Friday night, loads it all up, all excited, get ready to play. I'll go play as Liverpool, see how it goes. Got through, got annoyed at the manager creator with me wearing my John Cena style play blue suit, and my haircut that. Well, there we are. Just my shiny Lego hair that we have on. But yes, got through all that. Got to the first friendly. Played the first friendly. Won 3-0. Did my after-match team talk, and then I couldn't get out the changing room because it wouldn't let me, and it just completely crashed. And obviously, I'd not saved beforehand. Save. Just keep saving as much as you can. Save after save after everything significant that happens. But yeah, and then I couldn't get out, and I was just like, okay, we'll go back in again. And the next day, like I said, I came in and I was like, right, I don't want to do pre-season. Let's skip through this. Oh, can't find where to go on holiday. How do you do this? Oh, it's in the calendar. Of course, because that's how I always request holiday from work. I go up to a physical calendar and look at it and go, I can go on holiday now. Nice one, yeah.
I'm off. See ya.
So yeah, went on holiday and then got to the Charity Shield. I played Charity Shield. We won 4-0, so it's obviously really realistic at the minute. Florian Wirtz got 2 goals. He said, yeah, it's perfectly realistic. Nothing wrong with the game whatsoever. But yeah, and I think it's just like those little bits, and there was something else that happened and it's going to annoy me. I think it is those haircuts, like Sabozza. Lovely long-haired, Eastern European, beautiful, the only player that's actually trying wearing that number 8 shirt like he's Steven Gerrard in 2010. Yeah, doesn't look anything like him because he's got a short back and sides. But it's, and that kind of takes away the immersion, and I think that's what we said as well. And I think there's a few people, Kev was in the chat earlier, he was saying, it's just, the game isn't grabbing me. And I think I'm like, it was almost like FM24 was, because we played it for 4 years or whatever it was.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't grab you, like, and it's when it's become your thing that you play for 20 years and something's not grabbing you, it's just like, you just need to get the hooks in a little bit more. And like, as I'm finding more things to play with, yes, it is grabbing me. Like, I'll keep looking at this. You mentioned that transfer room. I was like, ooh, what's this? Like, set out your objectives for it. Okay, well, I don't know. Let's play with it. So, yeah. Honestly,
there's some good stuff.
We're here. We'll see where we are on the 4th of November. I think it's probably more likely to see where we are on the 4th of February. Once the game is done. Like, everyone wants a nice game to play over the Christmas period when they're not working, or those type of things. Yeah. How are you doing with Brighton?
It's a good question. I've been off to a pretty good start. As far as the Brighton save goes, we're obviously that's what we're doing as a pod, aren't we? We're all managing Brighton, seeing who can do what not. I've just gotten over halfway through the season, so as things started off, obviously as we all do, you're sort of looking through your squad, trying to find a bunch of people. So I thought, okay, cool. I'm just going to offer offer a bunch of trials to a bunch of freebies. And there were loads of really good freebies in the women's game to start off with. Just to name, like the ones that I managed to pick up, Jessie Fleming, absolutely incredible centre mid that you can get for free. I think it's because there was a bug with the MLS. Nice. That because we obviously start in June, our pre-season, all of the players that are in the MLS, their contracts have expired, or some of them, their contracts run out too early, so they just ended up as free. And I was like, oh cool, well I'll sign Jessie Fleming, she looks great. Esme Morgan as well, she's been a really good defender. A couple of players in on loan as well, but nothing massive overhaul. Just sort of like, all right, fill in some blanks. Started plodding through. Great little preseason. I think you messaged me on stream during preseason. You were like, "What's your average goals per game at the moment?" Because it's a lot. Yeah, like preseason it was ridiculous. I think I had back-to-back 6-4s. Which was bonkers because I was like, okay, well, we can. At the moment, the game is very much score more than the opposition. Okay, cool. All right, well, we'll just see how we get on. Maybe it's my tactic. But League went off to an absolute flyer. We got a 1-0 win against Man City, which was great. Absolutely hammered West Ham. Pardon the pun. 7-2, which was delightful. But as far as things stand, I mean, I'm on the. What am I on? I'm on the 25th of January, so I'm almost at the end of the mid-season transfer window. And I've got to try and remember where this is. I made the bookmark. Competitions. League, I'm third in the league. I've got 25 points after 12 games, 5 points off City at the top. And then other competitions, we're in the FA Cup fifth round now, and we just got knocked out of the League Cup, as I mentioned earlier, by Chelsea in the quarters, which is a bit frustrating, but these things happen in your saves, don't they? But overall, I'm really, really happy with it. I'm having a lot of fun with like a 4-2-3-1. For anyone that chooses to manage Brighton, and obviously I know that we are, Fran Kirby is ridiculous. So good in the game. I think she might be the best player in my team. Close second would be Kiko Saika, the right, basically plays down the right. Incredible player. So good. Both of them, I think between them, they've got, them and if I include Michelle Aguimang, all three of those together, they have got, quick maths, 36 goals between them after 12 league games and a handful of cup games, which is for like they're my two wingers and my striker, and they just cook. Get the ball to them and they do business. And Ollie Slagers, the left back, is just an assist machine. Absolute assist machine. They're almost like what I want my squad to be built around, and Jess Fleming in the middle, basically just winning everything. But yeah, I'm having a really, really fun time managing Brighton at the moment. And I'm really enjoying like checking out the league and seeing because obviously most people are streaming the men's game. So it's kind of, I want to see like the difference between women's and men's in the match engine. I guess you feel like you'll probably have once you've done a bit more with Brighton, you'll probably have a bit more of a better understanding of what the difference is, if there are many. Yeah. But it's, yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying this save. I know, I mean, like this save is making me want to get round to that full release so I can start my big save. This has got me into the game, and the fact that we've kind of done quite well with Brighton it's pleasing. It's pleasing to me.
Nice.
It's going well.
It's weird. I'm different. Like,
sure.
This is so, and I think it's just this unfamiliarity with the women's game on our side of it. Bit of naivety.
Yeah, same.
I'm playing an old school 4-3-1-2. Like I've gone like back to CM days. Frank Kirby sits in the 10 position just behind Agumang and Kiko Seike. Like, that's what I've got.
It's the same three.
Yeah, so it's I've got those three playing as almost front three together, and then having three just narrow midfielders behind him because there isn't any left wingers in the team to start off with. Yeah, that's the best position, tells me anyway. So and I think it's pushing different things, and it's only different. And this is only pre-season. I'm only in pre-season, so we'll see where we go. I've sold all the schlaggers. Is that where we're going to go? We're not going to call it Ollie Slaggers. That's but yes, I've sold all the Slaggers for 350k. So we've got a bit more money. I've signed Jess Carter. We can put that Jess Carter into the middle, even though she's a little bit smaller. Or she can play anywhere across the back, which is quite nice. The goalkeeper was one of them. It's like, right, he's one of those. It's always one of those things. It's a stereotype, a little bit of women's football. You just need a tall goalkeeper because they're still the same size goals. But
yeah.
You need someone who's a little bit taller. And the goalkeeper is just under 6 foot, so it's ideal. Where it's 5'11".
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't need to look around for that. Even in the youth team, there's a goalkeeper in there that's got 5-star potential. I've only just looked at my coaching team. I don't have any coaches. I've just realised.
Yeah, there's nobody in that.
Got to do some hiring there. Little things like that.
Yeah.
I think I've hired a technical director, so they might cover those bits off. It's that full team immersion I probably need to get back into a bit more. But yeah, it's going. Pre-season's going quite nicely. Like, I think I started skipping games after I won the first few games, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to see. And then, I'm quite excited to get into the league, which I've got a bit of time this week, which is rare for me. But, God bless the FA Cup. I don't have any National League commitments this week. So, there we are. So, I'm looking forward to getting into it. I'm looking forward to seeing some people come to stream, like we were laughing about Rich. Rich has got 5 minutes in the game. When's he turning up? Obviously, the United City FM, he was ill earlier this week. So I wasn't able to stream on Thursday or Friday. So he'll be popping up. I think he's managing Man United Women's. So I'm excited to see where people are progressing. I like the fact that Callum's done the continuation of his save. I get confused when he goes into that Eastbourne save that it is still Slough.
Yeah,
it's
still
that
the Slough
universe.
world.
So nobody in that save.
Yeah.
So,
it's the beauty of it. It's quite funny seeing people coming and going, wow, you're in 2058. What have you been doing?
Yeah, exactly. But to be fair, the holiday and the actual simming, that is really fast.
Really quick.
Between the dates. That's why your inbox piles up as well. Because it's like, you want to go between games? There you go. Here's 10 days. What?
3 days later.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you've had a long weekend somewhere.
Yeah. So, I think, like I said, we've got our frustrations off, and I think we've seen hot fixes already applied that fix various things. My favourite thing, the hot fixes that they fixed was the game crashing when you create a new save game. I was like, of all the times, you want to know that make a good first impression. That is not a good first impression. Right, let's go.
Do you know what I've really enjoyed with crashes? I had this earlier this week. I got the pop-up saying, "Oh, there's been an error. The game has crashed." But in the background, it had continued to the next thing. I was thinking, so I just moved the pop-up out the way. Clicked on something. I was like, game still works. Let's just keep going. So
that sounds like an old build of OBS that we used to have during the playoffs. Like I was playing during the playoffs. I've had 12 streams coming into me, 4 commentators on the screen as well, and then it'll say OBS has crashed. I'm just like, oh.
Well, we're still live.
Just move out of the way. It's fine.
Move out of the way. It'll be fine.
It's like, why have you paused mid-sentence? He was like, no, nothing. It's fine. We're still here.
We're still live. It's fine.
Yeah, still there. Yeah, cool. But no, there's little bits, and I think, like I said, keep an eye out on. Is it FM Inside? Not FM Inside. It is FM Advice. I had it open earlier.
FM Assist.
FM Assist, that's it, yes.
On Twitter or X.
Yeah, so they'll post all of the bits that are going to go in there. They are, to be fair, they are actually also reposting a lot of the videos that they did. So the Jared Bowen video that we joked about where Brentford got beat because Jared Bowen was too busy playing Football Manager 2 hours before kickoff. But that video did have a lot of information and did show off quite a lot of things, like the search function, like it said, like the back button that now does work. Didn't work for a couple of days, but now it does work properly. But keep an eye out for them. Maybe go back and watch some of those videos that they did put out where the tutorials, and obviously the many content creators have put out lots of videos as well, and go and watch them. And I don't know about you, but I think that feels like a podcast.
It felt pretty podcasty.
And also, I came up with a brilliant idea for a quiz when we got all four of us.
Oh, goodness.
Yes. Where do you find this in the UI?
Oh, like, well, I can't remember what the game's called. There is a game on Wikipedia where you've got to try and get from one page to another page using all the hyperlinks.
Where
That's
do you
great.
find this? Yeah, exactly. I think it'll be a learning experience for us all. So yeah, once we get a few of us together, I think that could be quite a fun quiz.
That would be great.
And people might learn where things are as well on the way.
Might help some people.
So when are you on this week? Because obviously you got visitors this week from
got visitors, but I will from all the way from Denmark. But I will be doing my usual, definitely my Friday, Saturday usual streams that I've got going on at the moment over on twitch.tv/dboyplays. Might throw in a Sunday as well. See, because if I finish the season, I probably won't do the Sunday. But if I've got a bit more to do, then we'll finish things off before the full release. What about yourself? What you got up to this week?
I have my Monday and Tuesday off, which is quite nice, and then I'm busy up and down. But like I said, I have a weekend off, so I might come back with a Saturday stream for the first time in a while. Usually used to do a Saturday 3 p.m. Might come back with that. Probably do some streams in between. Twitch.tv/Jebaroo. Two big shout outs this week for me. B. Dolan, who is an American rapper, he released his new single this week, Fight Naked. I've been pushing it quite hard. Even if you just listen to the instrumental version, the beat is banging. But honestly, really good rap artist, quite a political activist as well, so there's a bit of a messaging in there, but honestly fantastic. And then Cutburger, we've been working with, doing the mutual aid stuff, cutburger.org. Dig them out if you are in need of funds for anything or anything that way. They may be able to help you. It's all internally raised. If you can donate, there's donation links on there as well. You can donate as little as you like or as much as you like. You can donate monthly. Yeah, I'm currently putting in monthly, and they've raised 7,000 so far, and I think they've given out, I think we're on to about 25 unique donations to people to help them along on various things that might be struggles in life, etc. Just a nice and beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's great.
Rich Owens FM, hopefully, should be back.
Yeah.
Stakey is just popping up in chats here and there.
Yeah, he's waiting to move house, waiting for that to all go through. But once he's back, thus the _steak_bake.
Yes.
And yeah.
Nice and easy for everybody. But yeah, hopefully we will see you next week. We're back to weekly podcasts. Podcasts. We were doing daily content this week. I mean, everyone enjoyed the shorts this week that we did.
They've been good fun.
Quite nice. Yeah, we've pushed on the Radio Times a little bit more. We are not sponsored by the Radio Times, sadly. Soon, hopefully. We've manifested Bisto. Who else have we tried to get? We've got a few others that we've tried to get, but they've kind of ignored us. But we'll see where we go. Anyway, we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Love you lots.